Hi, family. I'm Stephanie Wade. I'm Habasia. How are you doing this wonderful afternoon? I'm on my front porch doing social distancing in Galveston, Texas. It's a nice breeze passing through here. It's a lovely day. Unfortunately, I can't say that for everything else outside of this oasis of peace, my front porch. There's so much stuff happening out there in those streets. Things that I cannot control, things that if I could, I'd definitely change. My ancestors were taken here in chains 300 to 400 years ago. They were denied their human rights then. And unfortunately, we haven't gotten 100% of our human rights in this country. I do understand it's part of a global situation because I've seen people mistreated in other countries as well due to violence by the police because they were poor. Because a lot of places, a lot of things happen to you because of your social status. So if you're poor, you get hurt or have a high potential to be hurt. And if you have money, you have a potential to get away with pretty much anything. It's just lately I've been seeing that some of the rich are being brought to justice, or they just get on a plane and leave and take their money with them and get some of their money frozen in a bank or whatever. But all I can say is peace be upon you. I hope you can find some inner peace inside of you and inside of the place where you are. I understand that the only place that we can control is from within. I understand now some of the passages that I've read. The kingdom of heaven is within us. It's pretty much the only kingdom we are in control of. But I wish everybody out there peace, blessings, safety. If you want to go out there and protest, power to the people. You have to do what you have to do. It's your thing, as they say, do what you got to do. I can't tell you how to feel or express yourself. I'm at home, though, visualizing the motherland and wish that I could be there right now. I'd like to be building my little tiny house made out of earth and feel the dirt under my feet and growing me some nice organic food. I think a lot of things can be solved with us empowering ourselves to just live from day to day, planting trees, planting our food. As I heard, just going in some places to try to buy the vegetables that we're so used to in the West. If you're in the motherland, you may have to pay, so much money just to get that vegetable because it has to be imported. It's like all seeds grow everywhere, whether you have to grow them in a container or in your backyard or your front yard if you don't have a house, where you live. Grow it in a container. If you want lettuce, grow it in a container. If you want kale, grow it in a container. So lots of things you can grow right in a container. Just research it. Watch some YouTube videos. Yes, you can. And especially with us having downtime, we have a lot of time to practice, practice, practice. And remember, if you plant seeds and they don't grow, guess what? Plant some more seeds and eventually they'll grow. And you'll find out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. I'm going to share some seed planting before I get off this video. But for right now, I'd like to share a little reading with you guys. It's from Making Peace with the Earth by Vandana Shiva. And of course, one of my regular wonderful things that I love is trees, pictures of trees, planting real trees, being around real trees. They help us to live. We can't live without them. We need oxygen. They give us that. We give them carbon dioxide, they give us oxygen. So you can never plant too many trees. And by all means, please don't cut down every tree around your house to clear the land, to build a house. If anything, save the old tree you have and build your house around it. Let it be some shade for your front porch or for the place where you sit down and talk with your friends so you can enjoy that breeze. It's nothing like it. Putting up an umbrella is nothing like getting a breeze from a tree, because a tree moves and it's like fanning you and fanning you. And even if it's hot, you can still feel the breeze anyway. But once it's concrete, you have to use that fan, fan motion to make it go. And you're not going to want to do that the whole time. You'll get tired. But anyway, guys, let me share this with you. Very short. A human being is a part of the whole called by us the universe. A part limited in space and time. He experiences himself, his thoughts and feelings, as something separated from the rest. A kind of optical delusion of his consciousness. This delusion is a kind of prison for us. This delusion is a kind of prison for us, restricting us to our personal desires and to affection from a few persons nearest to us. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion, to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature and its beauty. Let me read that one more time. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion, to embrace all living things, all living creatures, and the whole of nature and its beauty. And that actually came from Albert Einstein. I was surprised that he said that, considering what he's known for. But that was from him. So anyway, guys, I've been having to sit down and exhale a lot these days. It's like I've been having all kind of little rants on social media because people send things through my messenger that I actually reserve for my family and my friends for important things, personal stuff, that it has something to do with business or something to do with what I'm interested in personally. But I'm all about empowering people to self-sufficiency and empowering people to inner peace. I'm not into making people feel sad in something where their mind is set for something personal and intimate, personal and intimate should not carry pain with it. If that's something you like to do, right on for you. But please stop sending me personal messages that have all kind of depressing stuff in it. I don't mind seeing stuff on my feed because I selectively even go on the feed to see anything, you know? I might not even look at it for a while. And when I look at it, if it's something I don't want to see, I just take it off of my feed, you know? But inside of my personal messenger, I'm actually expecting some of my family or my personal friends to show me some love and not show me something to make me depressed. If you know me at all, you don't know. Don't send me no depressing crap. You know, the world is actually such a sad and scary place already. I haven't forgotten anything. And I really don't need to be reminded about any other sadness. Anything past is past. Does not need to be brought to my mind every second. Everything has to be a balance in nature, the good and the bad. And I just cannot be okay with negativity 24/7. So please don't add that to my mind. I'm trying to free my mind. If I can't be free anywhere else, at least in my mind, don't share all that negative crap with me on Messenger, or I will have to cut Messenger off or just ignore all messages from you. I mean, I've said this before, and people turn around and do it again. So are you even really watching this video to the end? Are you? Are you really? Just putting a thumbs up on social media doesn't do a thing for me. If you care about me while I'm living, show it by watching my videos to the end, subscribing down below if you haven't, like and share after you watch the video in its entirety. I don't need anybody to cry for me when I'm no longer in this universe. I don't care what happens to me when I'm not in this universe. This is a real video, so all of these noises is from people just passing by my street. But anyways, I don't know what happens when I'm no longer here, but I would imagine that I would be amongst the ancestors. I pray I'll be amongst the ancestors in the land of the ancestors. But I surely don't need anybody that's going to be left on this side worrying about it one way or another. Remember all the good stuff that I've done and try to forget anything that ticked you off about me. Yeah, that's all I ask. Think of me kindly. And I hope I live to be 101, and that's the end of that. But anyways, I try my best to share seeds of wisdom, hopefully, and knowledge with you guys of all sorts. Yesterday, I dropped some seeds in my front garden since it has more light shining on it now. There was some marigold seeds I dropped down there. Bachelor button seeds. And I also dropped a psyllium carpet of snow. I actually got all of them at Walmart because I was going to do a little mission of mercy at Walmart yesterday. Today, I'm going to plant some kale because a guy was showing stuff online talking about planting cabbage and growing it inside of your house. And I got motivated. I looked in all of my seeds, and I know I have cabbage seed. I mean, not cabbage. I have lettuce seed somewhere, because that's what actually he was planting, was lettuce. But then when I came upon these kale, I'm like, you know what? I actually like kale better than I like lettuce, even though I didn't grow up with kale. And since they were some older seeds, draft blue curled, that strand, I said, let me try and see if I can grow these in a house in a planter. And then I can be eating what they call small greens that grow inside of your house. And he actually even put cinnamon sprinkle on it after he planted it, because he said that stops fungus from getting growth. So I don't know if that'll work or not, because I did some of that on some of my other seeds and they didn't grow. Some of them grew, some of it didn't. So I said, okay, let me try again. Because he said fungus gnats will happen if you don't do that. So once I plant, I will put some cinnamon on top of it. So anyways, you could have planted these in the ground, but I'm planting these seeds with you. And since he was planting seeds for his house, I'm going to try to do some that can grow on my porch, and I can bring them in my house too at night. So anyways, this is how these kale seeds look. They're little. I'm sure I dropped a couple, but that was for the cause, so that's okay. And I'm going to plant them in a bucket. I put a little seed starting mix on top and regular dirt that's for vegetables, and then we'll see what happens. And I'm just going to sprinkle the seeds on top and see what happens. I mean, that's all I can do. And the package wasn't but $1.99 back in the day, so it's not going to hurt to sprinkle them generously and save the rest for another planting. Already wet the top. And now I'll just come back later. I'm going to put a little topsoil on it later. Because to me, that cotton soil, sorry for shaking, that cotton soil doesn't let stuff go into it very well. So I would just sprinkle a little topsoil on it when I get done with this, and then wet it again a little bit. And I will shake a little of this cinnamon on top of it afterwards. But I'm going to put the topsoil on it first, and then I'm going to put the topsoil on it, wet it a little bit, and then sprinkle this cinnamon and see what happens. And I was watching one of my friends on YouTube, and she was making orange oil, and that's something that I've been researching too. Only the way she made it is different from the way I made it, because I was watching a different YouTube video about it. So anyway, I'm just sharing with you how this one looks, and it's lemongrass, a mosquito repellent, and it's made with lemon oil, garlic, and lemongrass. And so I just use lemon peels and put it inside of white vinegar, and it to be shaken up for so many days, up to 2 weeks. And I decided, since I did more research, that the insects don't like garlic either. And I had a garlic that was getting soft, so I just put it in with it. So it's a concoction. So I will leave it in there a little bit longer, and then I'm going to strain it and put it in a spray bottle and use it for insect repellent for me. And now this is orange oil made with the made with orange peels. And I put it in, believe it or not, a vodka, cheap vodka. That was another recipe. So one used the orange peel or lemon peel with white vinegar, and now this one uses the alcohol, the cheap vodka. So anyway, you let the orange peels dry out for a day or so, and then you put them in a jar with the vodka on top, and you just shake it up for a couple of days. And then from there, you take the top off and let the alcohol evaporate, and then you could strain it. Well, actually, you strain it first. Put the paper towel on top. Let the alcohol evaporate, and then you can put it in a bottle, and it's ready to use as orange oil. So if you're going to use it to spray your plants or whatever, you would use just a little of it with water and a little soap, whether you use Castile soap or some other mild soap like Dove. But it's many videos out there that'll show you how to make it. But I just thought it was interesting to let you see how it looks in progress. And this used to be a jar that's repurposed, and it's glass. And so we'll see what happens once I strain it and let the alcohol out, and then use it for orange water. And I will use that to spray my plants. I'll put a little neem oil in it and a little Castile soap, and of course warm water to help mix it up. So we'll see what happens. I did buy me one of those gallon sprayers. My first time ever buying one. Hopefully it works satisfactorily. I've been pouring all of my mixes inside of the containers that I bought a premix in, but after a while they get clogged up. I think it's the way they set it up, is that after a while they get clogged up, and so you get frustrated and you just keep buying new things, because we are so conditioned to always buying something that costs 3 times the price because somebody else mixed it up for us. But I am not going to give up. I'm going to learn how to use that sprayer from the store, and I'm just going to pump it up and spray my plants, and hopefully fight the power of the insects that's not beneficial, and that the beneficial insects will come in between the time of spraying. I sure hope so, because I like the good insects, but the bad insects gotta go. It's like it's enough of garden elsewhere for them to go, even in my yard. As long as they're not in my raised garden bed, I'm cool with them, Just don't go in my raised garden bed. They can eat up all the grass they want. They can eat up the tree leaves all they want. Just leave my special plants alone. That's how I am. I'm selfish like that. I'll share, but I have a limit. So anyway, guys, I've had a good time visiting with you. I'm glad y'all stopped by. I hope y'all continue to keep living and try your best to read more. Read what interests you, whatever you need to learn more about. The information is already in a book or online. And if you're feeling like you need to be with a group, please find people with like minds. No one has to join every organization or donate to every organization. No. Volunteer to something that you actually can believe in. Not that you just think you cool and you just trying to let everybody think, how liberal you are. It's not about that, It actually should be about what you believe in and what's good for you. That you're just a part of it. Birds of a feather flocking together. I think that should work for everybody. Birds of a feather flock together. Like-minded people should be hanging out with each other. You can do things cooperatively if you so choose. And hopefully, what you choose to do will be something that's beneficial to the greater good. You know, something that's beneficial to the greater good, something that makes the world a better place, makes the universe a better place. But anyway, it's up to you to change your world. Nobody is out there waiting to help you feel better about yourself or to be there and be down for your cause. They don't have to. All they got to do is show up and show out for their own cause, even if their cause is me, myself, and I. You know? It's nobody can control nobody. You just can control you. Even these videos I'm doing, it's not to change any of you. It's just to tell you what I am doing. And it's up to you to do what you got to do, whether it's living sustainably or not. I can tell you it's a good idea, but you have to decide that you don't want to be dependent on somebody else to feed you, whether it's the store or the market or anybody. And only you can decide if you want to work for somebody else or if you want to just grow your own food, and you know, or start your own business. It's all up to nobody but you. You control your universe until you step outside of your universe amongst other people that you have to share part of their universe with them, because it's part of your universe too. We're all interrelated. We're all connected. We're all connected. But anyway, guys, all I can say is I'm wishing you love, peace, power to the people. I love you guys, and I'm out, y'all. Bye.